The mountain of Tariq, Gibraltar. The great African military general Tariq ibn Ziyad was among the first Africans to make an impression on Europe during his time. He was supposedly a freed slave from what is now Algeria. Tariq and many of the troops who would fight behind him were recent converts of Islam. The story behind Tariq's journey into Spain is a profound one, and so the story goes. One night while Tariq slept, the Holy Prophet Muhammad visited him in his dream and encouraged him to go to war against corrupt forces in Spain, also known as the Visigoths. So Tariq would then passionately trot off to Spain with the troops of the Umayyad Caliphate. He was so sincere about overthrowing the oppressive Visigoths of Spain, as it was a matter that coincided with his spirituality. Tariq would stop at nothing to fulfill the prophecy of his dream. He stressed to the army of 7,000 soldiers that there was no other option but to defeat the Visigoths or die. He even burned the ships that they came on as a message to the soldiers that there was no turning back. He encouraged his troops by rejecting the notion of failure, saying, "Oh, my warriors, whither would you flee? Behind you is the sea, before you, the enemy. You have left now only the hope of courage and constancy. Remember that in this country you are more unfortunate than the orphan seated at the table of the avaricious master." They walked up the mountain, which would later be named after Tariq himself, the Gibraltar, Jabal Tariq, meaning the mountain of Tariq. And so thy will was done. Tariq had swiftly defeated the Visigoths, and within just a few years, 2/3 of the Iberian Peninsula was under his rule. Tariq would then be sent to Damascus by the Umayyad Caliphate and spend the rest of his days there. Tariq opened the door for the beginning of a new renaissance, the Moorish Renaissance. With the presence of a new people and the promise of a new future, the Iberian Peninsula will be brought out of its dark ages.